afternoon, everyone. This is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Today is Tuesday, November 17th, and I want to take a look at the SPY and the VIX and a couple other things here real quick. So, SPY, had a beautiful move yesterday. There's a very lucrative trade to the upside if you're doing options or stock. And you could see it was really overbought and it needed a break. Okay, it created a little bit of a trend line here with this candle off of these three candles right here. Then this candle was support, and now the body of the closed candle actually held that support, but it is under the 200 SMA, so it's kind of in a battle zone right now on the daily on what it wants to do. I would assume that we're going to at least come down to the middle area, maybe the 50 or 40. 40 or 30, somewhere in that area, maybe 204. Nothing really to identify at this point other than the middle Bollinger Band for this dip, but at the same time looks really good. We have two upper gaps up here that need to get filled, and I think the 209 will probably be hitting next week. So any pullback that we get, it's great to manage for some entries to come get these gaps up here. And this is on the hourly that I wanted to take a look at. But you can see on the daily, you're getting ready to get across here also, so it looks very nice. Like the hourly is just telling you that we're going to take a little bit of a break. We do have a gap right here at 195, and at the 205 here. The 205.31 it is some support also, but you can see you getting ready to cross here. Looks really good on the daily, just taking a little bit of a break on the relative strength index, so maybe a little bit more down tomorrow. We do have the 50 right here, could hit that 203.59 and then maybe start heading up again. We'll have to keep a close eye on that, but we do, like I said, we do have this lower gap here and this gap here, but just going by stochastics, I do not see it hitting that. So we'll have to see what happens. But you can join us in live chat tomorrow if you'd like. It'll be a great time. MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com and become a member. You can click on the link on the video for $99 a month, and you can join us all day long. Several people in the chat room having a blast. All right, so the VIX real quick here broke this yesterday. This was an epic move, 200% up, 220% down, and another 200% up today. So this one's doing really well and fun. Getting ready to cross here, so you can see how it's fallen in line with the SPX. But this is just another beautiful pop right here. We do have this gap here and this gap here. I think we're going to come get these by next week. But this one's getting ready to top out here. Will it create a triple top right here? That would be lovely, wouldn't it? The 50's right there. That would be a great entry for some more downside, in my honest opinion. And that's what I'll be looking at for tomorrow. Breaking it down to the hourly, though, you could see here, it looks pretty good here. This red candle is after hours, so don't bother. And my flashing, we did close over the middle Bollinger Band, so I do look for this to go a little bit higher tomorrow, and that'll be the entry for that one. I wanted to look at TJX and Big real quick on the daily. Where are you? There you are. All right. So TJX bounced up pretty nicely today and then pulled all the way back down again. It did get this gap and it left a lower gap here too. I mean, this is some crazy stuff going on. So with this one here, I would assume that it's going to slowly drift back down to this area, at least close this gap and then push higher. But right now, this was really seriously a dead cat bounce. Once it finds some kind of level playing field here, then it's probably going to channel a little bit. You can see you're just getting ready to cross here, and your RSI has turned up to the upside. Big is another one here. Big has done really well. Just left a little bit of gap right here. Nothing spectacular, but it is back inside of its Bollinger Band. So, take note, you have an upside gap and a downside gap, and it is not in a downward motion just now. Everything is showing to the upside. So just keep an eye on your trend lines, and that'll be pretty important, because that's going to be some pretty big resistance. Also, these, all these simple moving averages in the middle, and also the little gap will be some stuff that's in your way. One more CRM here. CRM, I love CRM, beautiful company. They're doing really well. Sales are awesome, everything else. So this one did really well in the last 2 days, pushed up from 74 to 78. It had a really big move here. Looks good. Looks pretty solid. Not sure if we're going to come up to the new highs or not. We're going to have to see how the market plays out, but I would assume anytime it gets outside in this area over here is a good opportunity for somebody to pick some up. Remember, you have trend lines that are really important, and you want to make sure you draw those out all the time. If you're off the bottom of this, you could see here that it came in for a reason that probably had something to do with some of these supports or whatever the case may be. But until this breaks, you're still in a bullish short-term pattern to the upside. And if you're looking at long term, you could just switch it over to a monthly or a weekly. You could see how this is a beautiful channel to the upside. It just has not stopped. Looks like it needs a little bit of a break on the weekly, and it might take that break. But if you look at the monthly, the same thing. It's just been a slow climb all the way back up, which is doing really well. You got to love these splits, because these splits 9 times out of 10 they get filled. It just takes a little bit of time. Okay, and you can see UA did it. We had a blast with UA that made us that did us very, very well from here. I'm sure everybody remembers that video. All right, well, this is Matt over at MilestoneCapitalGrowthPortfolio.com. Have yourself a fantastic night. We will see you tomorrow.